We're down at the Isle of Man Steam Railway workshops here in Douglas. It's fascinating. Every time I come in here, it's just taking me back in time. With me is Chris, a well-known author of books on steam engines, and you're here today showing some children around. But it's incredibly inspiring the way you give this information out to them. The kids really seem to be lapping it up as well.
They seem to love it. Not everyone's going to be loving steam trains, but the idea is the ones who are interested in... It's not so much steam trains, it's the engineering and the science and the maths and the physics. So I have a bit of a technique. I do the entire talk by asking them questions, because I think that if you ask them questions, that if they can answer it, they'll remember it more than if I just rabbit on.
Now, people know you for your Peter's Railway books,
that's
right? You've got someone there. I mean,
one of those there.
That right. is... a series of quite a lot. You come up with stories and...
It's the stories about building a railway across a farm, a miniature railway, and what I do is, at the end of chapters, there's a little technical page explaining how the boiler works, how the pistons work, that sort of thing. But if you put too much in the story, you get stuck, you spoil the story. So I have pages at the end of chapters where you have the diagrams and stuff like that. So, okay. And then things happen on the railway, which reminds Grandpa of stuff that happened in the old days, disasters and crashes, hopefully when no one got hurt is the idea, the funny crashes.
You are an enthusiast, to say the least. You've got your own railway back home.
Yes, yes, I built that, made a locomotive that ran on that. And
there's a connection here this weekend. Tell us about what's happening.
Well, what we're doing in the morning, the children are here looking around, seeing how the signals work, how the engines work. In the afternoon, I'm going up to the schools, and I give them a little talk about books and engineering and stuff. And then the main bit is there's a workshop, and they make a length of track. They're in 4 teams. Each team makes a length of track. So it's the same size track as in my railways, which is 7 1/4 inch gauge. It's 1/8 full size. And so there's 4 lengths of track made at each school, and there's 5 schools. So we have 20 lengths of track at the end of the week, and they're going to be bolted together along the platform just behind me here at Douglas Station. Saturday morning, come down, and the children are going to have rides on the little train, and maybe they can toot the whistle and put coal in the fire. And my 2 boys, Peter and Harry, will be here as well. So it's going to be a fantastic event. We'll hope for the sun.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, 60 metres of track. There's going to be 60 metres of track.
And your train's going to be running, and you'll be on it?
I'll be driving it, and we might let the children have a little bit of a drive. It depends how safe we think that's going to be.
Now, this is a public event on Saturday. You want people to come down?
Yeah, please come down. Please come down for that. And there's activities in the dining car as well. All sorts of things going on.
All right. And if you want to learn out how this all works, just listen to this guy. And it's all been, there's information here and that sort of thing. Just quickly, this one here looks a bit not in the best of order. Well,
this was built in 1873. This is number 1, the original engine on the Isle of Man Steam Railway, 1873. So my first question to the kids when they come in is, so it's built in 1873, so how old is it? And some of them just say it's quite old, and some of them go, 144 years old, so they've won a book when I go back up to the school. So I ask questions, some of them have prizes on them, obviously.
Great. More books coming out?
More books coming out this year, yes. There's one called The 4 Seasons, which is in the process of being illustrated at the moment. It keeps me busy, to say the least.